more about the things that I fear.
I get you.
Cameos and bit parts are not always bad. You are dedicated to your craft and put 100% into every role you have. Regardless of how insignificant it may seem, you can see great results. Sometimes actors are so unbelievably great in their cameos and bit parts that they end up convincing producers to turn the cameos into mainstay characters. If the audience loves you, writers are more than willing to rewrite their stories to make more room for you and your character. You may start small, but you always have the chance of hitting it big. Don't believe so? Let's see the list of characters who were only supposed to be cameos but ended up becoming series regulars. But first, a simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We're giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's all your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter this giveaway. It's really that simple. First on the list is Steve Harrington from Stranger Things. Steve Harrington, portrayed by Joe Keery, is a fictional character in Stranger Things. He started as a typical jock who grew into a caring and more paternal character as the season developed. Joe Keery played the role to the hilt, and he received widespread acclaims from fans and critics alike, prompting the creators of the show to promote him as one of the main stars after initially just being part of the recurring cast. Steve Harrington was an antagonist in season 1 who became one of the protagonists in season 2 and 3. The character development in the show's second season led to Steve becoming a favorite, and audiences and fans alike applauded the transition from the stereotypical neighborhood bully to a protective person. In particular, fans couldn't get enough of the budding friendship between Steve and Dustin and the way he looked after the children, which have led to fans lovingly calling him Mom Steve. Next up is Brittany S. Pierce in Glee. Who could forget Heather Morrison's performance as Brittany S. Pierce in Glee? Lots of people enjoyed it, and so did we. Gleeks from all over the world will remember that Heather was introduced into the fold as a dancer. If you still have doubts about her dancing prowess, you better watch Beyonce's tour as she was one of the backup dancers. Britt was the third addition to the Glee trinity of Santana, Quinn, and Brittany. Her understated performance in the show as a dumb blonde had the series creator cracking up so much that Ryan Murphy began writing more lines for her. Brittany S. Pierce was then developed into one of the main characters that we have all come to know and love in the Glee series. One of her performance highlights was when she channeled Britney Spears. It was incredible to say the least. Now, let's talk about Matthew Perry as Chandler Bing and Lisa Kudrow as Phoebe Buffay in Friends. Try to imagine Friends without Phoebe and Bing. We know, right? Oh, the travesty. Well, it turns out that the original storyline for Friends was supposed to focus on Monica, Joey, Rachel, and Ross. Chandler and Phoebe were only supposed to be popping in and out occasionally until showrunners Marta Kaufman and David Crane started meeting the cast and made revisions to the show until it evolved into the iteration that we know and love today. The plot lines were revised to follow all 6 friends, and when it debuted, it was a huge success. Fans everywhere could not get enough of the adventure of all 6 friends. They loved each character, and that's when the team behind the hit show knew they made the right decision. Friends would go on to run for 10 seasons, and the stars who were paid a measly $22,500 per episode went on to earn $1 million in their last 2 seasons. Let's talk about Misha Collins as Castile in Supernatural. Fan favorite Castile, played by Misha Collins, is the most recurring angel in the long-running Supernatural series. Viewers cannot imagine watching the show without him, but did you know that he was only supposed to appear in a short 3-episode arc in season 4? He first appeared in season 4 in the episode Lazarus Rising to introduce Christian theology to the series. In the show, Castile brings Dean Winchester back from hell and frequently helps the Winchester brothers in their many battles with numerous demons and angels. Although Castile was one of the most popular characters in the series, he has been written off more times than you can imagine. He was finally promoted to a regular status in season 5, 6, and 9. He has appeared in at least 100 episodes, and one of the most talked about aspects of the show, which has coincidentally recently wrapped up, is his gay fanship with Dean. How about James Masters as Spike in Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Created by Joss Whedon and portrayed by James Masters, Spike is a fictional character in the TV series Buffy the Vampire Slayer. According to the show's creators, Spike was only meant to be a brief villain, and Whedon was adamant about not having another major romantic vampire character like Angel. Considered a breakout character, Spike was a huge hit with Buffy fans. He would go on to be a key player in the series and developed a tumultuous romantic relationship with the main character. That is a huge leap from just starting as just another demon meant for Buffy to kill. Deemed as too evil, Spike stayed for 97 episodes. He also made an appearance on the Buffy spin-off Angel. Next on the list is Julianna Margulies as Carol Hathaway in ER. Julianna Margulies portrayed the fictional character Carol Hathaway in the TV series ER from 1994 to 2000, and it is quite difficult to imagine the popular show without her. Unbeknownst to some, Nurse Carol Hathaway was supposed to die by suicide in the very first episode of the medical drama. The course of the character's history was altered by test audiences who viewed the pilot and ended up enjoying it very much. The head writers decided to keep Carol, and after her suicide attempt, she was shown recovering and returning to work after 8 weeks. Carol's undeniable chemistry with George Clooney also had a hand in keeping the character as part of the show until the actual exit in season 6. Carol later reappeared in the final season with her co-star and on-screen husband, Dr. Doug Ross, portrayed by George Clooney. Another case of an actress getting asked to stay on the show is Rachel Bilson as Summer Roberts on The OC. The American teen drama television series The OC originally aired on the Fox network and ran from 2003 until 2007. Rachel Bilson portrayed Summer Roberts, the popular and pretty socialite love interest of Seth and Marissa's best friend. Bilson's character was only meant to appear in a few episodes. However, her character quickly became a favorite, and she ended up being part of the main cast. Josh Schwartz, the brain behind the show, thought Rachel had a good grasp of the character and worked quite well with lead Adam Brody, who portrayed the character Seth. What else was there to do than write a bigger part for her and get her more involved with the show? It certainly paid off, as it added more life and color to the series. Then we have Aubrey Plaza as April Ludgate in Parks and Recreation. You must be really good to get a TV show's creator to specially come up with a character for you. Few actors can claim to have done this. That's the case with Aubrey Plaza, who portrayed April Ludgate in the TV series Parks and Recreation. Technically speaking, there was no such character as April Ludgate. The show's creator, Michael Schur, only created the character after meeting Aubrey Plaza during the casting process. He was so blown away by the actress that after their meeting, he immediately proceeded to write an entire scene and create a brand new character for Aubrey. The character he created would end up being one of the main cast members for all the show's 7 seasons. Talk about incredible! Who could forget Scott Patterson as Luke Danes in Gilmore Girls? Actor Scott Patterson portrayed the character of Luke Danes in the popular TV series Gilmore Girls. The American drama comedy series was created by Amy Sherman Palladino and starred Alex Bledel and Lauren Graham as the popular Gilmore Girls. The show delighted fans for 7 seasons, with the final season in 2007 shown on the CW. The lead star, Lauren Graham, confided in her autobiography, Talking as Fast as I Can, that the character of Luke was not supposed to be her character's original love interest. Luke Danes was only supposed to be the grumpy diner owner in Stars Hollow. However, the team behind the show loved Lauren and Scott's chemistry off-screen so much that it inspired them to make his role bigger. His role then became a very important part of the girls' lives, and the romance with Lorelai was hinted at early on, even though it took a long time for the relationship to develop. Let's round up the list with Aaron Paul as Jesse Pinkman in Breaking Bad. Fun fact: nobody wanted to see Jesse Pinkman portrayed by Aaron Paul in Breaking Bad. The actor himself revealed that he was almost turned down to play the meth-making sidekick of Walter White after his initial screen test. He only got the role after the intervention of Vince Gilligan. Vince believed in him so much that he could not let him down. However, Aaron Paul's trouble with the role didn't stop there. The show's lead writer once considered killing his character by having Walter take him as a prisoner, torture him, and have him kill himself by tripping on a wire connected to a gun. When the studio executives heard of the plan, they were horrified. Imagine what would have become of the show? After seeing their reaction, Vince decided to completely kill the storyline, and Breaking Bad as we know it happened. The show would have turned out very differently without Jesse Pinkman in the list of characters. Hollywood is indeed full of surprises. Sometimes when the stars in the galaxy align, the script is not followed, and actors who were only supposed to be playing bit parts end up with memorable characters that would bring the show to the top of the rating list. Because of their solid performance and their unforgettable TV characters, we cannot fathom the shows without them.